Hi everyone, I'm Lauren, and today I'm doing another video going over my video game collection. Or I guess me and my husband and my game collection. Grammar's hard. Today we're going over the GBA games that we have in Game Boy Advance. Similar to the Game Boy and Game Boy Color games video, this is going to be a lot of my husband, Devin's games. Well, we both had the system growing up. I didn't get it until pretty late, and we didn't have any place to buy games really close by, whereas Devin got it a lot earlier, it sounds like, and he was able to get more games than me, so I don't have as much of an attachment to GBA, and I didn't have many games growing up anyway. I don't think I saved any of my games growing up for the GBA anyway. I either gave them to my bro or I sold them. I don't know which. So most of these, it's probably going to be, this is Devin's game, this is Devin's game. But I'll try to talk about things when I can. Also, there's not really going to be an order to this because the majority of these are very loosey-goosey because, my goodness, I thought sorting Game Boy and Game Boy Color games was annoying. Game Boy Advance games are more annoying to sort. Loose, anyway. The one I'll start off with is, just to showcase what I want to eventually do with the GBA games, is Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. Now, this is a really terrible print cover of it, and it's also the cover for the PS1 game, but this is how we bought it. But regardless, this is the kind of idea I want to do with the games, and you can see that the game is in the top there. There's some other alternate cases, I think, which might be what I go with, like third-party type things. These ones that I have right now are official Nintendo cases, but I don't think they sell them anymore with the top GBA thing. But that's kind of what I want to do eventually. But for now, most of them are loose, or they're in a case but don't have a cover. Just like Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, the Japanese version, which, let me open it so you can actually see what the heck it is. I mean, it's a cart. Yay, look at that. These are both Devin's games. They're Final Fantasy Tactics. I have not played this one, so I don't know how difficult it is. I really don't know much about it, but I know people really like it. I don't know where it stands within the lineup of other Final Fantasy Tactics games, but it's probably not bad. I don't know. It's definitely something I want to try at some point. It's just tactics games are always something I want to play more of, but I'm too scared to play them because I'm terrible at strategy games. Doesn't matter if it's turn-based or not. I'm pretty sure this is Golden Sun 2 for the, it's Japanese, because I can't read that. And the Japan Golden Sun games don't have numbers on them. Anyway, I'll talk about it when I get to the Golden Sun games. He really likes Golden Sun, so that's why Devin bought this. I think he got it in Japan when we were on our trip together, and yeah, I know nothing about the second one other than you can play the first one and there's a transfer code or something like that, so you can get cool stuff of some kind. I don't know. Then we have Harry Potter. I wrote Harry Potter 3 on the side because that's lazy. Didn't have a lot of space. Anyway, but this is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. This is actually one of my games. I originally had this as a kid, not this copy. I don't know what I did with that, but I rebought it. And it's a pretty competent turn-based RPG, which is kind of funny. I think it's one of the first turn-based RPGs that I've ever played. And so, nostalgia. And it's pretty simple, and it's pretty easy, especially when you go on New Game Plus. Oh my goodness, New Game Plus, you stomp through everything. But I remember really liking it, and I do want to give it another replay. There's a few mini games that are a little annoying, but the basic gameplay is kind of neat. And then the last one that I have in a box, or not a box, case is Egg Reunion. You know, I'm not going to open this because I also have the cardboard box for this. Here we go. Isn't that pretty? This is something this is one of my games as well, and it's a tactics RPG. Yay, but it's weird because Sting made it and they made a lot of strange strategy RPGs. When I first played this, I played this in college. I got it because it was really cheap. It was new for like less than 20 bucks. Oh, like, wow, that's awesome. And I've heard good things about it. But then I tried to play it and I'm like, what's going on? My brain is melting. My brain's already melting from class. Thank you very much. I can't play this right now. So, I haven't gotten very far in this. There's also a PSP port of it, and apparently they have an easier mode on it. I should say this is apparently pretty hard as well, so that's not very great. Apparently it's hard to use a guide too because there's some amount of randomness in how the AI interacts. That it's never like they will always do this and that. It's kind of randomy, so it's complicated. I don't know how to describe that, but there's cards involved and it's tactics. And it's complicated and it's hard. This is Lauren is Scared of Tactics RPGs, the show. Okay, here we go. Here's a few more Golden Sun games. I don't know if this is all the Golden Sun games that are in this pile. This is Golden Sun. I think this is the first one. It's all beat up, unfortunately, but works apparently. And then Golden Sun, The Last Stage, which I'm pretty sure is the second one. And then I'm pretty sure this is the Japanese version of the first one, which we also have a box for. So like I said, these are Devin's games. He really likes the series. I think he's played all of them. I'm pretty sure he has. And I've only tried to play the first one, and it was a little bit obtuse, maybe is the word I want. It's just very unclear on where to go, and it seemed pretty grindy, so I gave up pretty early, but I might try it again, just give it another shot, maybe with a guide, because I don't have time for obtuse. I have very little patience for obtuse. Dragon Quest Monsters, I think it's Caravan Heart, I think that's what it is. So this is in the Dragon Quest Monsters series. I don't know how similar it is to the other Dragon Quest Monsters. Again, this is Devin's game, got it in Japan. This never got an English release, I'm pretty sure. I think there's a fan translation, though, that you can play if you want to go the less than legal route. But, yeah, no idea how this is different or is similar, but I assume that there's capturing and breeding monsters, because otherwise the Dragon Quest Monsters is a lie. That's kind of the main shtick of that series. And then we have, I forgot the Japanese name of this, but it's Phoenix Wright. It's the third game. If you didn't know, this originally came out on the GBA. The first few, I don't remember how many, came out on the GBA first. And then in North America, we got them on the DS, and then later I think there's a port on PS4, maybe Switch. I don't know if I've played this one. My husband got this one, but I have played some of the Phoenix Wright games, and they're a little tricky, kind of, to figure out who murdered the thing, because it does this thing where it's, I think this is important, and like, no, this isn't important right now, what are you talking about? And I'm like, So little loops of logic jumps there kind of get me, but it's cool to have this though, because the case is, the box is really nice, honestly. I like the foiling on there. So now we're just all loose stuff, no boxes and stuff. Then we have The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. Devin game, licensed game, I don't know anything about it. Yeah, I'm sure it's a great game. I'm sure it's not, but he had it as a kid. And then this is Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. apparently a really terrible game. I'm not going to be playing this. Again, a Devon game. I think all the rest of these are Devon games. Yeah, okay. All the rest of these are Devon games. Just saying that now so I don't have to keep saying, this is a Devon game, this is a Devon game, this is a Devon game. Then we have Metroid Fusion. This is the Japanese copy. No idea if it's in English or not. I know the Metroid games are kind of exploring, Metroidvanias and collecty stuff, but I have no idea how this one is because I haven't played it. I haven't been keeping up with people's general consensus of the various Metroid games, other than the one on the Super Nintendo is really popular, so I don't know about this one. Then we have Yu-Gi-Oh! 7 Trials to Glory World Championship Tournament 2005. Yu-Gi-Oh! Game, so battle with cards. Don't know how this game plays, really, and I don't even know what sets this involves, because Yu-Gi-Oh! Is such a weird power balance sometimes. I used to play the actual card game, sort of. I didn't really understand how to play it very well, but Yu-Gi-Oh! Keeps banning all sorts of cards. I'm like, hey, now the old cards are useless and everything's OP. That's new. It's pretty crazy. And then we have Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. It's a skateboarding game on the GBA. No idea how good this is. We have Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX. I have no idea who Matt Hoffman is, but I assume he's a pro at BMX. I don't know anything about sports, biking. Then we have Lego Bionicle. Bionicles were something that I was into a little bit as a kid, but not hugely, just a little bit. I assume Devin was too, so that's probably why he has this game. Another licensee type game. Who knows how good it is? Then we have this is Spy Kids Challenger, licensed game. I don't know anything about it. Probably won't be playing it. Then we have Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3, another Tony Hawk game. No idea how it is on GBA. Dragon Ball Z: The Legacy of Goku. Dragon Ball game. Devin really liked Dragon Ball as a kid, so honestly, I'm surprised he doesn't have more Dragon Ball games. I think this is the only one we have, and there's quite a few Dragon Ball games, so yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised. But I have no idea what kind of game this is. It might be a fighter, it might be a beat 'em up. There's probably punching involved though. Might play this? I don't know. Depends on how well liked it is. Spider-Man. Probably not a good one. I don't know. Licensed games are always a little bit iffy. Sometimes you get a really good one, sometimes you get a stinky one. Speaking of probably stinky ones, this is The Hobbit. It uses a really weird art style. I remember that from the cover art. Probably never gonna play this one because it doesn't look very good. Even the console ones don't look very good. Then we have BattleBots Beyond the Battle Box. I know this has battling robots, but other than that, I don't know anything about it. This one might be good, actually. I might try it at some point, but heck if I know what it's about. I think that's Gundam S Destiny. I think this is a strategy RPG, but I could be wrong. Most of these Gundam games are strategy RPGs, though, from Japan, so it's a really good guess. Alright, now I have some that I actually know a little bit more about, maybe. This is Final Fantasy V Advance. I think this is the only real physical way you can play Final Fantasy V. 5 came out. Did 5 originally come out on the SNES, I think, but only in Japan. This one is a little foggy for me, and I don't hear a lot of people talk about it, so I assume it has some weird mechanic that is a either love it or hate it type thing, because that's if there's a Final Fantasy game I haven't heard much about, then there's got to be something funny about it. But I will play this eventually for sure, because I do want to play through all the Final Fantasy mainline games and some of the spin-offs as well. I would like to do the series on that at some point. That'd be fun. Or maybe that'd be horrible, I don't know, maybe I'll hate all the Final Fantasy games. And then we have some Pokemon games. We only have 2 because, oh my god, they're so expensive now. So these ones are just ones you had as a kid. And that's, or Devin had as good. And it's Pokemon Ruby and Pokemon Sapphire. Gotta catch them all, Pokemon. Like I mentioned with the Game Boy Color and Game Boy Games video, I love how they're different color cards. And then the last few games here are part of one of Devin's favorite series, and one that I poke a little bit and I go, this is scary, it's too hard for me. We have Fire Emblem. I have no idea which one this one is. It has a lot of Japanese on it. And it's kanji. I can't read kanji. We have another Fire Emblem game, which might be the same as this one, which is the Sacred Stones. Because the dragons look the same. So I'm going to assume they're the same thing, but I don't know for sure. And then we just have what was called just Fire Emblem in English. I don't know what it's called in Japanese. But they're Fire Emblem games. My husband really loves Fire Emblem, and I think he started with one of these, like maybe Sacred Stones, I don't know. I tried to play Sacred Stones and it's hard, but it might just be that I'm bad. I don't know it. I know I played on whatever the easiest difficulty is, but I still got wiped out on the first or second mission, so thankfully they've gotten a lot easier since then, but ooh, that wasn't a good introduction for the Fire Emblem games for me. But obviously it was a good one for Devin because he still really likes them. Anyway, those are all the GBA games that we have currently. Let me know if you have any thoughts on any of these or some of your favorite GBA games. I'd like to know. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again in another video. Bye!